Hello, Paris! We can't wait to discover what it's like to live like a local, play in your parks, and try your famous food. A little rain? No problem. We're from Texas, and we go big or we go home.
This is Kids Eye View Paris.
In the rain.
You've planned all year for your vacation in the city on the Seine. The twinkling lights of the Eiffel Tower, skipping through the park with your beret and a baguette. But you get here and Paris does what Paris does. It rains. An average of 155 days per year. It can be hot or cold, and it can definitely rain.
Here at Kids Eye View, we don't let la pluie, the French word for rain, stop us. Paris is at its most beautiful when all the tourists have been chased inside the museums and we can enjoy the parks all to ourselves. It's living like a local at its best. Meet the Cox family.
We're the Cox family and this is Paris.
Mom, Jessica, and Dad, Jack, are friends of ours from the States. They moved here from New York with their 3 children. Mary Caroline, Franny,
This is Paris.
and McGregor. They're great tour guides to show us how little Americans live in Paris.
This is Paris.
The apartment we stayed in with our friends is in the 15th Arrondissement, which is like a neighborhood in Paris. It's in a great location just off the Champ de Mars, close to the Eiffel Tower in l'École Militaire. Like most of the beautiful apartments in Paris, they're in a historic building with huge windows and a great balcony overlooking a busy street below that's great for people watching.
Time for our first trip tip. Paris is an expensive city and most hotels only allow 3 people, including kids, per room. Your best bet is to rent an apartment. Sites such as HomeAway can get you into a great nest in many cities and give you a feel for what it's like to live like a local.
Wherever you stay, be prepared to learn a lot about city life in Paris. This is an elevator built for 3 people, max. We learn how to get up and down and a lesson in patience when everyone in the building wants to use it at the same time. Good thing there's always the stairs. Once we're down, it's off to the farmer's market. In Paris, there's a street market every day. It's pretty amazing. With fresh fruit and vegetables, a patisserie for fresh bread and pastries, a Fromager for all different kinds of cheese, a Poissonnier to help us select fresh fish for dinner, and pretty much anything else you can imagine.
Which brings us to our trip tip number 2, feasting at the market. Just like at home, it's much less expensive to eat fresh fare from a market. Most Parisians shop these markets daily, and they're a great way to get a taste for the local food and some fun people watching. Not only are cafes in Paris expensive in euros, they cost you in sightseeing time. Since Parisians love to linger, the service is notoriously slow. Your best bet is to pack a recyclable bag, take the kids to the market, and let them try the local treats with a picnic in the park. Most vendors speak English, and if they don't, pointing always works. They're used to it. This is where the locals shop, so the prices are fair. Lunch for your brood will run you 1/4 of what it will in a cafe, and you're in for a delicious meal, Parisian style.
We're gonna figure out what this is.
We even managed to pick up a Parisian pooch named Pierre from a nice lady who was ready to take a break. Now, we'll discover one of Paris's best parks, Le Jardin Tuileries. Now that we've got lunch taken care of, it's time to hop on the metro and get out there. We get off the train at the Madeleine station and make sure everyone stays together. You can also get off at the Concorde station if you want to go directly into the park. We walked down the Rue Royale to the entrance of Les Jardins Tuileries. Be really careful here. There's a lot of traffic and Paris drivers can be a little crazy. The Tuileries gardens have something for everyone. A little peace and quiet. Great playgrounds to burn off some energy. And to take your friends for a spin. The famous Ferris wheel. Some carousel action for kids of all ages. And lots of room to enjoy your afternoon in Paris, even in the rain. On the far end of the park, you can stroll through the majestic gates to the pyramid entrance to the Louvre and enjoy the park's many gardens. As we head to our next stop, it's time for a snack break, Parisian style. Chocolate crepes, ice cream, and slushies do the trick.
McGregor, what do you got there? What is that?
Next up, we'll check out Paris's best museum for kids.
Time for another trip tip. Nothing makes kids cranky like dragging them around a museum for adults. When you're ready for a little art, make sure it's in the right place.
Museums can be fun, especially when they make an effort to welcome kids. The Petit Palais does it right. We checked out the Paris 1900 Belle Epoque exhibit, which was all about the most famous and fun times in the history of Paris. Like a lot of museums in France, kids get in free, and the friendly staff gave us our very own kids program so we can take a scavenger hunt throughout the exhibit. We learned about Paris's Art Nouveau period from the colorful art, photography, and fashion. We can understand why it was one of the most fun times to live in Paris.
It's green cheese.
Our first day in Paris was filled with food, fun, and culture, why we discovered Paris like a local. Next time on Kids Eye View, we travel through some of Paris's must-see neighborhoods and parks and discover tasty treats that will make your mouth wish for a French Revolution. Thanks for taking a Kids Eye View of Paris with us. For more information on planning an adventure of your own or details on bringing a bit of France into your home, go to www.kidseyeview.com.